Hi everyone, let's wait a few seconds for attendees to join in. Okay, welcome to the Benefits of Studying in America live session hosted by the University of Cincinnati. We will begin in just a moment. If you have any questions for our speaker during the session, please write them in the live chat and we will answer as many as possible at the end. Okay, Hannah, you can begin.
Great. Thanks so much, Carla. So again, my name is Hannah Gurman, and I am from the University of Cincinnati, and we are a large public research institution in the Midwest region of the United States. So we're a really wonderful university, gorgeous campus. If you haven't heard of us, please check us out. And I will be speaking today on the benefits of studying in the United States. And really one of the great advantages of studying in the US is the amount of choices that you will have. So there are over 4,000 US universities and they're all incredibly different. So you get to choose between, for example, a public university and a private university. And a huge difference there is the cost, but also the size of the campus and the culture of the campus, you know, the environment and kind of what you want to feel during your campus experience. But it's also important, to choose the small campus, large campus, to choose rural city or an urban city, or what state you want to live in. So if you want to live near an ocean, you're going to choose a school that's probably on the coast, either the West or East Coast. But I know a lot of the students who come to the University of Cincinnati are really excited to come to Ohio because they get to see snow for the first time and experience all 4 seasons. And it really is a really fun experience to do that as well. So there's so many different opportunities in the United States that will shape your college experience and your future. And what's great is that in the US, you get to choose which university really fits your personality and your interests the best. Okay. So the United States is known for higher education standards, and we have some of the most innovative and respected universities and professors in the US. The curriculum in the US is designed for critical thinking, collaboration, and really just pushing boundaries to make improvements and challenges and creating new ideas within the field. But no matter which university in the US that you decide to come to, the professors are always going to be there to help students achieve your success in the classroom. And that's really amazing too, because professors are very willing to help offer further explanations or guidance, or even, again, expand on those critical thinking and collaboration ideas with classmates or with companies within the community of the city that you're living in. So just beyond the classroom, professors really go above and beyond. Many professors have open often hours where students can stop by and talk with the professor one-on-one. And so it's that really personalized attention and those close relationships with professors that can make such a difference in college. Small class sizes too are really incredible and allow the engaging conversations to happen with your peers and collaboration with your peers on projects. So, class sizes can be, 10 to 20 students per classroom as you're really getting into those more specific academic classes as you're moving further through your degree. And even outside of that, universities will offer academic support centers, peer tutoring, writing centers, advising centers. It's really a school community, and there's so many different ways to get connected and to be supported through your academic experience. And depending on your field of interest, you'll have opportunities both inside and outside of the classroom. So you'll be taking in knowledge that you will have learned from classes and applying those to real world situations. We're all about experiential learning. So if you're going, for example, into the field of science or the medical field, you'll most likely be doing clinicals or research opportunities while you're in school as well. If you're interested in pursuing an education degree, you're going to be completing some student teaching in various classrooms. So you really get that teaching experience before you actually become a teacher in a real classroom after graduation. Universities also have lots of opportunities for students to volunteer. So that can be in the community that you're living in the United States, or even in study abroad programs. Students can have the opportunity to visit and work in other countries as well for a short amount of time. And of course, there's plenty of opportunities for students in the US to participate in internships and cooperative education. And these are really another fantastic way to get connected. You gain real world knowledge in your field, but you also build up that resume and you make really great connections that help you find jobs after graduation. And if you're not familiar with cooperative education, also called co-ops, I'll be talking a little bit more about that at the end of the slides, where UC is really known for co-op, but that's basically somewhat like an internship where students will be working for a semester, at least at a time, at a job related to their field, getting that experience, putting that on their resume, making connections and getting paid. So it's really a wonderful opportunity to have that while you are in school, again, putting that knowledge that you've learned in that classroom and applying it in the real world. American universities also offer a wide range of programs to choose from. So at the University of Cincinnati alone, we offer over 350 different degree programs, both undergraduate and graduate. So at any university, really, no matter what your interest is, you can probably find a major that works really well with your career interests. What's also really nice is that majors are also very specific and centralized to what you want to learn and what you're going to be taking your career path. So you can really get a deep understanding of your field. For example, if you're interested in business, if you're coming to the University of Cincinnati, you would not be majoring in general business. Rather, you would have the opportunity to select even more specifically what you want your focus to be on. So UC has 13 undergraduate business majors, ranging from economics to finance to marketing and more. So it's really, again, about getting really specialized and focused attention on what you really want to be studying. And that's a fantastic opportunity that you have with colleges in the US. US universities also have the opportunity for students to double major or select a minor. So if you are torn between two interests, you can potentially still study them both at the same time. So again, for example, if you are really interested in business, but you also have a passion for government, you could major in finance and minor in political science. So you get both interests and both academic curriculums in your college experience and really tailoring it to what fits your needs. So your degrees are very specific to what you want. And if you're really unsure of what you want to study just yet, that's also completely fine. Students can come in to the university first year and explore classes until they find what they want to do. At UC, this is called our exploratory program. So for 1 year, their first year, students come in taking courses, working closely with their academic advisor. And based on those courses and what they kind of find their interest to be throughout that year, then students will declare a major after that first year and start working more towards specifically their degree. Students can also switch majors, and that happens quite a lot. So if you, for example, start out in biomedical engineering, but you decide environmental engineering is a better fit, you can switch while you are still in school. Same with business. If you start in finance, but you want to switch to economics, there's a definitely an easy switch, especially if it's within that same field. So there's so much flexibility for you as a student to find what really fits your needs best. So moving on, another great benefit of US universities is the diversity. So when you come to a US campus, you can meet people not only from all over the world, but also from all over the country. And that diversity offers really such a rich component, not only to the classroom, but also to the school community. So international events are hosted on campuses. You can make friends with so many people from different backgrounds and different cultures. At UC, for example, we have over 3,500 international students from 115 different countries, which is really so incredible. You're going to meet people from all over the world. We have international student groups, huge campus events like International Student Food Festival, Indies Holy Festival, which is shown in this picture here. So really, US campuses offer that diversity from so many different cultures. And it's really crucial to have that diversity. Again, as I said, in the classroom, that's really gonna broaden, awareness to different aspects of whatever we're studying, but it also makes for incredible times that you have with your friends as you're celebrating new or even familiar cultural events on campus. And it really broadens students to become more global citizens. Also, of course, students want to have an exciting student American campus life. It's definitely about, getting that degree, getting that really good education here in the United States and moving on to a job. But of course, you want to also experience your time at college. So you're coming to college and the US universities provide incredible opportunities for student life. You can live on campus in dorms with friends. It really depends on which university, how many years you're required to live on campus. It depends. But at the University of Cincinnati, all students live on campus their first year, they're required. And then students can live wherever they want, off-campus housing in apartments. But that first year is really going to give you that opportunity to get experience everything that's on campus. So all of the events that are on campus, like I was talking about, a lot of the cultural events, but also that's where you're going to have access to everything. All the resources, the library, the dining halls, the music halls, the sports games. So you really get to experience all of that while you are on campus. Dorms also offer something called LLCs, which stands for Living Learning Communities. And that means that students who are living together all share similar interests. So it could be based on your major, like engineering LLC. All engineering students are living together in a dorm, or women in business in an LLC, or an international LLC. So students get to choose, to live with another group of students who have a shared similar interest. So that's another possibility as well. So as you can see, many events are also free or heavily discounted for students who are on campus. So the picture on the left is from UC's College Conservatory of Music during a performance that we had in our music hall. But you can also see on the right is our American football team, which is currently ranked number 6 in the nation. So that's getting really exciting on campus. We just had our homecoming 2 weeks ago. But there's so many countless activities to do throughout the year that have such a wide range of options. There's obviously music and arts and sports, but if that doesn't pique your interest, student organizations are definitely huge on campuses. So UC has over 500 different student organizations that you can enjoy, and it ranges from academic student organizations to student governments to religious and cultural organizations to just fun organizations to trying new food student organizations to there's a hula hooping one. So really any interest you have, you'll probably find students at college who share that similar interest, and you'll get to enjoy those activities together. And of course, I kind of talked a little bit about this, but students get to choose, what state and what city they want to live in. So that's another big part of it. So you get to choose, where you're living, and that city is going to have benefits as well that you can go out to enjoy. So in the University of Cincinnati, we are very close to downtown. So a lot of students can have the opportunity to go downtown, to go see any of the sports games downtown, the dining, the restaurants, the concerts, the shows, all of that stuff can also be incorporated into your student experience. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about CPT, OPT, which is how students on an F1 visa can work while in the United States. So CPT stands for Curricular Practical Training, and OPT stands for Optional Practical Training. I'm really not going to get too detailed about this because it takes a long time to explain, and you'll work with your university to help you through this process. ApplyWave will help you through this process, but this is just to give you a really general idea of the options that are out there. So basically for you to work off campus as an international student on an F1 visa, you have to wait after your first year to work off campus. And in a job related to your field, if you're using that, that counts as CPT, which again stands for curricular practical training. And it basically means you're working in a field that directly relates to your major and counts into that curriculum. It is available up to 12 months. And optional practical training is available as well for eligible students. It is another year of work in a job related directly to your field. It is pre-approved. Again, there's a lot of processes that go into this. This is a very general overview, but OPT can either be used during school. OPT can also be saved for students to use after school, as long as they're not using it, during school. You only have that 1 year. So students can either use it in school or after graduation, which is called post-completion OPT. Additionally, students in a STEM designated program can also apply for a 24-month STEM extension OPT to work after graduation. So if students choose to save that OPT for after graduation, then are eligible for STEM 24-month extension OPT that can bring working in the United States up to 3 years on that OPT. And then you'll work with employers if you have been offered a job to help you get the work visa. But U.S. universities have alumni centers, career centers to really help students take full advantages of all the opportunities. It's definitely really good when you're in school in the U.S. to take advantage of everything. So I talked a little bit about those internships, those co-ops. Any of those opportunities really make a great connection and really help students get jobs afterwards. So for example, the University of Cincinnati is really known for our cooperative education program, our co-op program. We had a computer science student in our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences complete a 1-semester co-op with Apple Computers out in California and received a job of employment right after graduation with Apple. So again, it's really making those connections while you're in college to get that connection to moving forward to jobs after graduation.
Hi, Hannah. We have a couple more minutes. Can we start with the Q&A right now and maybe come back to the presentation at the end?
Sure, that sounds great.
Yeah, okay, perfect. So we got a question from Ricky. Are there job opportunities on campus?
Yes, there's definitely job opportunities on campus. So a lot of students, because they're just going to, international students will just work on campus for the first year up to 20 hours per week. And you'll apply to what jobs you want, but there's so many different opportunities. You can be working as a resident assistant, so helping out in the dorms. You can be an administrative assistant, working at the front desk in any of the administrative halls, working in the library, or if you want to go, more of a business, kind of, you can work in any of the stores on campus, the bookstores, things like that. So there's so many different opportunities for students to work on campus for the first year. You just have to apply for that and work with your school to make sure you're staying within that visa regulation.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. So next question is, what differentiates the University of Cincinnati from other universities?
Great question. So I kind of mentioned our cooperative education program, and that really is a huge reason why undergraduate, mostly undergraduate, but it's also available at the graduate level for students to come to the University of Cincinnati. So we are consistently ranked in the top 5 for co-op programs in the nation. And that's because actually the University of Cincinnati actually invented co-op back in 1906. So really, we have made incredible connections in the United States, but also around the world. So students can have the opportunity to co-op, in different opportunities in companies. Like I mentioned, there's Google, Tesla, GE. Students have co-ops, or students have gone abroad to complete co-ops, and that connection really helps them get jobs after graduation and really helps them gain that incredible experience. And we help students through that process. We help students. Students would take co-op prep classes. We have job fairs. We have resume building. We have mock interviews to really help students, prepare them, but also find exactly what they're interested in. But, there are so many things besides co-op too. We have a lot of programs ranked in the top 100. So really, we offer a lot of diversity as well. So again, we have over 350 different academic programs to choose from. So any program that you're really interested in, we probably have, and it's probably been around for quite some time. So we've really had time to develop that program. I could talk about UC for quite a while, obviously, but definitely co-op is a huge reason why students come to UC.
That's awesome. Thank you, Hannah. That's very, very interesting. I'm sure the students will love that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I want to jump in one more. I forgot to mention. Some of our programs are co-op mandatory. Co-ops, obviously, you're going to get that experience, but you're also going to make a good amount of money. So on average, our student who is working for one semester in a co-op will earn around $10,000 US per co-op. So you're earning quite a bit of money as well. Sorry, just wanted to add that one in. That was important as well.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm sure that's going to be really, really interesting to know. So that's great. Thank you. We got another question. So Carlos wants to know if there's an application fee.
Application fee, and again, for the University of Cincinnati, it's $100 for the application fee. It does vary depending on the university that you're applying to, but that $100 application fee goes into processing all of your documents that you're submitting to us, and that is the reason for that. If students don't believe that that application fee waiver is going to be too difficult, they can definitely email us if they're looking to get an application fee waiver, but that's definitely, you'll have to work with us as well.
Perfect, thank you. So next question is, how competitive is University of Cincinnati?
Well, it really depends on the program that you're applying to. So especially if you're differentiating between undergraduate and graduate. So those are separate offices at the University of Cincinnati. And then in addition to that, our university is a direct admitted university. So if you're applying to our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, which holds our computer science program, our aerospace, our environmental engineering, our mechanical engineering, those are going to be a little bit more competitive for sure. As well as, I'll just go ahead and list our competitive programs are our College of Engineering and Applied Sciences, our College of Conservatory of Music, our College of Design, Architecture, Art and Planning, and our College of Medicine are really our most competitive programs. But those are only a few. Again, we do have the other colleges as well. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, our College of Business, our College of Education, and those are a little bit less competitive. So it's hard to say, really without knowing which program that you're applying to, and which application, what application your application is going to look like. But I definitely recommend applying. If you're applying for fall 2022, you're going to need to get those applications in right away. Our early action deadline for undergrads is December 1st, and for grad is around January, typically for a lot of graduate programs. For undergrads, we typically have an acceptance rate in general of around 76%. But again, that really does vary based on the program that you're applying to. And what your application looks like as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then we have our last question. How can I get the maximum scholarship amount at UC?
Definitely scholarship, really important question. So all of our scholarships are merit-based. So we don't offer need-based scholarships. You can see our average scholarship is around $8,000 and our maximum is around $15,000 per year. you're going to be automatically considered so long as you submit a complete application. So that means obviously your application, your transcripts. We also need test of English scores and test of math scores. So English Duolingo is probably the easiest that I recommend, but we also accept TOEFL and IELTS and Pearson. For test of math, if you haven't taken SAT or ACT, which would fulfill both English and math requirements, the University of Cincinnati does offer a free math placement test. And as soon as you just submit those materials, you'll automatically be considered for scholarship. But I definitely recommend, if Cincinnati is the program that you want, if you see has exactly what you're looking for, to apply to see what scholarships you have. Again, you can earn money through co-ops, and definitely think about what city you want to live in too. Cincinnati is a great city because it's very affordable, which is very, very nice.
Perfect. Oh, we do in fact have one more question that came in. So if I'm to do my studies online, will the degree obtained be regarded the same as the one done on physical contact?
Yeah, it'll still be the same. It'll still be a degree received from the University of Cincinnati. However, we offer a limited amount of online degrees. Most of our degrees are encouraged to be earned in person because students will really have that access to the resources and materials on campus.
Awesome. So we have still a few minutes. I don't see any more questions coming in right now. If you want to go ahead and talk a little bit more about the University of Cincinnati, that's perfect.
Sure. Well, I'll go ahead and just throw out some random things real quick. We do have a gorgeous campus. We have been ranked as one of the world's most beautiful campuses by Forbes magazine. And it's really a nice mix of traditional architecture and modern architecture. And it's very, very, very close to downtown. So, students can stay just on campus the whole time. You don't need a car. And there's so many things to do, restaurants, groceries, everything. Movie theater is right on campus. But you definitely can take that trip to downtown if you want to, which is really nice. So you can experience the city as well while you're in college. Cincinnati is really affordable. I'm going to push that again because I think it's definitely something that can be overlooked when thinking about college. But cities, cost very different amounts within the United States, and Cincinnati is a very affordable city. So you're going to have that extra, perhaps disposable money to go enjoy some events that you can want to do, like go to concerts downtown or things like that. And it's also a great city to get jobs after graduation. So it's definitely a good city, not only while you're in school, but post-graduation, if you want to work in Cincinnati in the United States, it's definitely going to have that opportunity. There's a whole lot of diversity as well in Cincinnati. So that's wonderful too. So I definitely, since University of Cincinnati is really part of the Cincinnati community, so we're really embraced and our students are really welcomed into all aspects of the city. So that's really a wonderful part of UC. And just a few more until, I think I maybe have one more minute. We're a Carnegie One research institution. We have Division I athletics. We also have an accelerated college English program. So any students who want 1 year of additional English language support can definitely come in through that program, and it doesn't cost any extra time or money to go through our accelerated college English program. We have that as well. We also have 2 regional campuses in addition to our main campus, so that's important for students to note as well. So if you want to apply to our largest campus, that is our main campus or Uptown campus, and then we have 2 regional campuses as well called our Blue Ash and UC Claremont campus. So those are options. A lot of students will start maybe 2 years at one of the regional campuses for cheaper tuition and transition to main campus for their final 2 years, but it's important to note that's not offered for all majors. It's only offered for some. So yeah, hopefully this was really helpful. I really hope that you learned something about the University of Cincinnati, but also about, the benefits of really why studying in America offers so many great opportunities. There's really so many choices for you to choose from, depending on the university, public, private, small, rural, urban, city, what state, what city you're living in. So definitely don't be shy to reach out to apply wave to your university representatives. They'll be happy to help you through this process.
Thank you so much, Hannah. This was such an informative session. I'm sure everyone loved it. So yeah, feel free to reach out directly to Hannah. And yeah, thank you so much for joining the session. If you'd like more information, feel free to chat with Hannah or visit the University of Cincinnati booth. And we will see you at the next session.
Thanks so much, Carla. Thanks, everyone.